They might be getting ahead of themselves, but those who like to name revolutions seem to label what's happening in China the white paper revolution. For those white pages that popped up in several cities over the weekend. In a place where protesting can be deadly, white pages beckon people to simply fill in the blank, if you will. Anger about lack of freedoms or economic struggles, cries for the end of the rule of Xi Jinping, and they infuriate authorities. As a young man in Shanghai with one of the pages is grabbed by police, some other men say, "Don't arrest him, it's just a piece of paper." Social media censors are busy chasing and erasing the digital white rectangles with slogans like, "I love you, young people." The white page tactic started in Hong Kong with a woman who said new security rules were so strict she didn't know how else to protest safely. In the end, people were still arrested for doing it. So what will China do now? What does a blank page say about what's coming? Let's talk with Victor Shi, the chair of the China and Pacific Relations at the University of California at San Diego. So, Victor, what does the use of white paper tell you?
I think for the protesters, it is, they're using it as a symbol of the complete censorship that they're facing. Whenever they post anything controversial online, it gets censored. So they're showing that, at the last resort, they can still hold up a piece of blank paper, even though it doesn't express anything specifically. It does convey a sense of desperation as they are completely censored by the Chinese government.
What's your sense of how this is being received in China on the part of people who live there, but also the leadership?
I think for the middle class, upper middle class in the cities, they are supportive of the protesters because they have suffered through the various consequences of the lockdown in the past 3 years. For the leadership, I think this has been very, very alarming. They haven't seen a coordinated multi-city protest movement emerge since 1989. And it's, in a sense, it's a scenario that they've been dreading for 30 years and finally is happening.
And what do we look for now to get a sense of what's coming?
I think several things. One, obviously the wave of arrests, but also how the protesters may respond to the arrest. We are already seeing some cases where protesters will go to the police station and demand the release of people who had been arrested in the past couple of days. That could lead to even more arrests, of course, but then that could also engender more protests. The other thing, of course, is we're looking for some significant modification of COVID policies, which were at the root of the complaints recently by protesters. The government may well give some ground, but I don't see a complete reversal of COVID policies as some are speculating right now.
All right, Victor Shi, thank you for your time as always.
Great, thank you.